Hi, Kevin Coop here, and this is FaceTime with the Content Guy. Well, I made it. I'm in Portland, and as those of you who have been following my travels probably realize, I've had a week-long trip. I started in Connecticut. I ended up in Portland, Oregon. Had some interesting detours along the way, and you know, it's certainly been an interesting week. Just in case you don't know, basically I come to Oregon every summer because I team teach a class in marketing in Portland State University's business school, Center for Retail Leadership. And I'm thrilled to be here. It's one of my favorite things to do each year, my fourth summer doing it. But one of the things I wanted to talk about today is a little bit of what I saw as I was traveling across country. And it was a fascinating trip. I have to say, it's the third time I've done it. And in some ways, I have to tell you, you know, there are times during the trip, and this trip more than others, where I did sit there and I thought to myself, satellite radio, best invention ever. Because there are other trips where I didn't have satellite radio, and it wasn't nearly as entertaining. But as you drive cross country, and I have to say this, if you've never actually done it, you've only seen pictures of the country, I just don't think you can possibly appreciate what a spectacularly beautiful country this is. I mean, it is just extraordinary. I mean, go figure. They actually do have amber waves of grain and purple mountains majesty. It's just amazing, and it is just breathtaking. If you've never done it and you get the opportunity, you absolutely should. But some observations about some of the things I saw. I mean, for one thing, you know, you're driving along. I'm driving along there, and I look off in the distance, and I would say to myself, oh my goodness, could those horses and cows actually be that small? And the thing is, they're not that small. It's just that the land on which they are grazing is so amazingly, expansively big that it makes them look small, and it's just extraordinary. Another thing I noticed on the trip, and that I didn't really expect, is I didn't expect to see so many windmills. It is really amazing how many windmills there are, kind of cutting a swath of the countryside. It makes me sort of feel good about the whole alternative energy thing, like we're actually doing something in the heartland to deal with alternative energy. And finally, the other thing that really was amazing to me was how many trains I saw. You know, you'd be driving along, and there'd be trains, these long, amazingly long freight trains that'd be just chugging along. And, you know, the thing is, listen, I'm going to be honest. I go to the store or the gas station or whatever, you know, I sort of expect the product to be there, and I don't even give a lot of thought to how it got there. And one of the things I thought to myself as I was watching these trains is, I don't think most people appreciate how complex a system we have and how amazing it is that so many products get to be where they are when they're supposed to be there. There's just these trains, they'd pass each other. You'd see them in the daytime, you'd see them at nighttime. In some ways, they were a reminder of the Old West and how this country was built. And to me, just watching these trains was just amazing. I do have to admit that I would think to myself occasionally, I wonder if they still have hobos. Of course, these days we don't call them hobos, we probably call them homeless. And I'm probably not a real expert on this. Everything I know about hobos I learned from Sullivan's Travels. I've probably romanticized it more than I should have. I just don't know that much about it. But, you know, one thing I don't think I've romanticized too much is how great it is to be back on a college campus. This is a great place to be, and there's certain things I really do know. I know this is a great program. I know the students are going to be terrific, and I absolutely know that I'm probably going to learn as much or more from them as they're going to learn from me. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this Thursday morning, and as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.